Hello everybody, Ryan Hale here to give you a little instructional video on the different kinds of dice we will be using in our Dungeons & Dragons after school program. D&D and most role-playing games use a variety of dice to determine the outcome of certain actions and effects taken in the game. The dice are labeled or named according to their size, that is, the maximum number that you can roll on it. So, this is a D20. The big boy, we'll use it most of the time. The D12 looks a bit like a soccer ball. The D10 has two types we'll talk about in a moment. The diamond-shaped D8. Everyone's favorite and most familiar D6. And finally, the triangular D4. This one is read a little differently. It's whatever number happens to be right side up as you look at it. So this green one reads a 4, while this purple one has a 3 at the top right side up. But if I spin it around, you'll see that it is a 4 on every side. So those are the various kinds of dice and how we label them. The big question is, what dice do I roll and when? Well, for D&D, most of the time, you'll roll this, the D20. It determines whether you succeed or fail at any given task. For example, if you try to attack the horrifying monster, make a skill check like picking a lock, walking a tightrope, or determining if that merchant is giving you a good deal on those healing potions. Maybe you need to dodge a fireball spell or resist a charm effect. The D20 is your friend. You roll it, look at the number, a 17, add any modifiers, and get your result. So if you use the D20 for just about everything, what are all the other dice for? Well, most of the time they are for weapon or spell damage. For example, a massive great axe would use a D12, while a tiny dagger uses a D4. Your common longsword uses a D8. Unless you have it in two hands, then it's a D10. Sometimes a spell or effect will tell you to roll multiple dice. Then it will be written something like this, 3D6, for example. The first digit, the 3, tells you the number of dice to roll. The second, the D6, tells you the size. So 3D6 would be 3 6-sided dice. Here we go. You take a roll, and there you have it. 3, 2, and 6 looks like 11. Not bad. Occasionally, you'll be asked to make a percentile roll for when you need a result between 1 and 100%. That's what the two D10s are for. This first one has the tens column. The second one has your ones column. So you pick them up, give them a roll, switch them around so you can read it right. 10 and a 9, that's 19%. Hopefully I do a lot better than that on this assignment. Now, there might be situations in the game in which you have a condition called advantage or disadvantage. For example, let's say that you are hiding in some shrubbery and the monster doesn't see you when you fire your crossbow. You would have advantage. In that case, you roll 2 D20s and take the higher result. I've got a 6 and a 17 here. Hey, the 17 is the winner. Looks like I hit. However, you might also have disadvantage. Say you're walking across that tightrope in the rain with heavy boots on. That just made the job a lot harder. Well, similar situation, you roll both dice, but this time you take the lower number. Goodbye 17, hello 5. Looks like I'm about to take a fall. So those are the various kinds of dice when we roll them. The next question I get is, Ryan, how many dice is too many? And the only answer to that is to laugh. You can never have too many dice. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.